For most of human history, sleeping through the night was a sign something was wrong with you. Doctors would prescribe remedies. Clergy would worry. Your neighbors would talk. So what exactly were people doing between midnight and 3 a.m.? And why do we all forget? This isn't a quirky footnote. We're talking about every human being on Earth for thousands of years, across dozens of cultures, operating on a completely different relationship with the night. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change where you worked. It rewired something so fundamental that we now pathologize the original factory setting. Millions of people today lie awake at 2 a.m. convinced they're broken. They're not. They're just medieval. Let's go back to a village in 14th century France. Candles cost money, so when the sun goes down, you go to bed. Not at 11 p.m., more like 8 or 9. You sleep hard for about 4 hours. Then, somewhere around midnight, you wake up. Naturally. No alarm. No anxiety. You just open your eyes. This is called the first sleep. And what you do next is the interesting part. You don't panic. You don't stare at the ceiling, cataloging your failures. You talk to your spouse. You pray. You have sex. Medieval medical literature actually recommended this window specifically for conception because the body was thought to be most receptive. Some people got up, visited neighbors, brewed ale, committed minor crimes. Then, after an hour or two of this waking interlude, you went back to sleep for the second sleep, and woke at dawn feeling, by all accounts, completely fine. Historian Roger Kirch spent 16 years combing through diaries, court records, and medical texts, and found over 500 references to this pattern. A 15th century medical manual instructs readers to do their studying after the first sleep. A French physician in 1690 recommends that working-class couples make love after the first sleep because they're too tired to do it well before. This wasn't a regional quirk. This was the human operating system. Now, jump to ancient Rome. The Romans had a word, concubia, specifically for the hour of the night after first sleep. It shows up in legal texts. In poetry, Livy uses it to describe the exact moment soldiers were most vulnerable to night raids, because the watch was drowsy and the camp was half awake in that liminal hour. They built military strategy around the two-sleep schedule. Go further back. Homer's Odyssey refers to the first sleep as a distinct phase, separate from what follows. This is 800 BC. The pattern is that old, possibly older, anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer communities in Tanzania and Namibia found that the Kung and the Hadza don't sleep in one solid block either. They doze, wake, tend fires, talk, sleep again. The 8-hour block is an ancient wisdom. It's a very recent invention with a very specific inventor. That inventor is the light bulb, or more precisely, the economics of artificial light. As gas lamps and then electric lighting made the night commercially useful, factories ran later, social life extended, and the window between sunset and bedtime stretched from 1 hour to 4 or 5. By the time you finally got to bed, you were exhausted enough to sleep straight through. The two-sleep pattern didn't disappear because science improved. It disappeared because capitalism needed the night shift. If you're the kind of person who finds out the entire history of human sleep is a lie and immediately wants more, first of all, same. Second of all, subscribe so the algorithm keeps feeding you this stuff, and hit like so other people can find it. Drop a comment with the weirdest history fact you know, because I genuinely read them. Now, here's the part that should make your doctor uncomfortable. In 1992, psychiatrist Thomas Ware ran an experiment. He took a group of adults, removed all artificial light, and gave them 14 hours of darkness a night. Within weeks, every single participant spontaneously shifted to a two-sleep pattern, with a 1 to 2 hour calm waking period in between. Their prolactin levels, a hormone linked to deep relaxation, spiked during that interlude in a way almost never seen in modern adults. The segmented sleep wasn't learned. It came back on its own. It was always there, waiting. So the next time you wake up at 2 a.m., convinced your brain is broken, consider the alternative explanation. It isn't. You're just running older software than the world around you is designed for. The 8-hour block is the experiment. You're the control group. If this kept you up, Metaphorically, hopefully, the next video is right there.